let's go to um, right. So today, as you can see, I will be talking about the Final Fantasy Fan Festival, the digital fan festival that started on Friday. This Friday. Um, I've been watching a little bit of the streams the past couple days. I think today is the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to go over the just the keynote address, which was at the beginning of the fan festival on Friday, and I'll share a little bit more that I've been seeing from the uh, from it as well over the last 2 days. So of course, the big thing everybody was really looking towards was the new job class that is coming out with Sage. Um, we saw some new areas that we could explore. We also saw, um, let's see, what is. We also saw some new weapons. Um, Estinian made a comeback on there as well during the actual full length trailer version. So what we saw at the beginning of the keynote was actually the extended trailer, which is about 6 minutes. So I'll be sharing it with you guys as well. Just real quickly. Um, few of the things we already knew. One new area was on the moon. Was on the moon. We definitely knew about the new job class, but we weren't sure who's gonna change into it. If you had played the story, it sort of made sense. Which one of them was? Uh, sorry, which one of the characters was getting a new change. Alphino, of course, we knew already he was going to transform, not transform, but change jobs to Sage. Um, and yeah, we saw a few different things uh, in the trailer, but rather than just me going through it, trying to remember all of it, I thought I'd show you as well. So let me just get this set up right now. Cool. So here it is. Let's make this in theater mode. I think this one's better. So we had already seen this part here. Of course, the Warrior of Light traveling here. It sort of looked like he was wearing an Asian garb. That's at least what it looked like to me when I first saw it. Um, So if we go back a little bit, that most of this area right here, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse cursor. Most of this area right here was unexplored. That's why you see the clouds on there. Um, but yeah, we started learning a little bit more about which areas in this place we were going towards. Um, yeah.
The final days were upon us. The fabric of the star had begun to fray, its land rent by tooth and claw.
There's Alizé there. Costume is different than what we had previously, what you had previously, I want to say. There we are, the Warrior of Lights, playing the Paladin class. I was trying to figure out if there was any significance behind him, uh, of the Warrior of Light actually playing the Paladin class, changing into the Paladin class. I hadn't really seen anything in the story to really connect that to, but yeah. And there we are, Sage. We already saw a little bit of the skills from the Sage job. Um, Looked pretty interesting. Um, to me, it reminded me of like the Gundam Seed, um, or was it Gundam Seed or Gundam Wing? But anyways, those things were very Gundam esque. Uh, so yeah.
And I've had enough of this rubbish. Come on!
This was actually a new part that we had not seen before.
Spread. The star seemed doomed to unravel, and yet
We see more. I'm guessing those are void sense. Here we see the dragon Vitra, Vitra. I'm still having trouble saying it. I hadn't seen the what you call it, how it is supposed to be spelled, so I don't know how it's supposed to be said either. But anyways, let's keep going. Of course, the one that's most connected with dragons are the dragoon. So we see a dragoon here, most favorite dragon, Estinian. And we find out that Vitra, the dragon he ends up riding upon, is part of the first brood. Just like not Midgard Summer, but like what you call it, like Nidhogg, his sister Tiamat, and yeah. Oh,
the hour is come,
Vitra. So we see Estinian's hairstyle is a little bit different as well. He had longer hair. It was quite long and quite flowy. But here we can sort of see it tied up a little bit and cut shorter. So I'm guessing that's going to be added. That hairstyle will be added into the game as well. Here is another new part. If you were, if well, it wasn't a new part, but if you were already had finished 5.5, you know who this character is already. So just spoilers ahead. Here we see Xenos.
The stage is
Asahi. Here was a new part that we had not seen before. Here's Thancred as his as the gunblader, gun gunbreaker. I don't know why I say gunblader, gunbreaker. Uh, and if you can tell, you can see the different architecture in the back. This is was one of the new areas that we will be traveling towards. Um, it will not be one of. I don't believe it'll be one of the main player hubs. Let me see here. Was this one Tavernier?
Your
But
time,
anyways,
'tis as we feared.
um,
The respite afforded this land was but fleeting. The end draweth nigh.
so you see a little bit of the city there. Um, was it Brassad? Well, I'll talk more about that after. We are old Charmin. The way they're coming in and out reminded me a lot of Game of Thrones, the intro scenes to Game of Thrones, where the camera would go into the main story where the that certain episode would take place. So it's very reminiscent of that. I kind of liked what they did there. Oh, hello, Thomas. Thanks, man. Um, it's very it's very low budget, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah. So here we see another new area, Old Charlian. If you didn't catch the the text there, very beautiful as you can see. It seems like a port city. Um, there is also an area connected to this place that we will be able to travel, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Um, let's just continue on. If you have played through this, of course, Old Charlian is where Alphino and Alize reside, or were born. Most of the scholars, Krill, I don't think Krill is from there. No, she was from the Isle. I forget the name. It disappeared though. Anyways, let's just keep going on. Very, very beautifully presented. We can see the difference in the Ethernet here, um, because old Charlene is. Oh, let me just put this. So the story goes, uh, they are um, they worship the scholar. So this here is actually the symbol of the scholar. It's supposed to be the shell of knowledge. Um, yeah. Anyways, you'll see a little more of the rendition a little bit later. And here we see Grahatia in a library in Old Charlian. If you've already traveled around, if you've already traveled around the Hitterlands near Ildershire, of course you know that the Great Gubal Library is there. Um, we find out that that location is actually just a branch of this library. Um, So you can kind of tell. I'm not sure. Let me see. You can kind of tell by the architecture. It's in one of the deepest parts, locked away, reading tomes that are locked away.
Still has secrets to tell. Take care, my friend.
Here we'll see the council and Ishtola.
Charlian would keep its counsel while the world is lost to ruin. It would. Come what may, it shall live on.
Here, people were saying this is probably Papa Livigno, the father of Alize and Elfinol. I have not checked that myself, so I'm only speculating at that point. At this point, but yeah, this is what most of the people believe. I haven't read through the Eorzean index, so we'll see.
We must. Do as you must then, but we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
So there we are, the rendition of the shell once again. Um, it's the interesting part here is the inner part is actually the one that hosts the most of the council. Um, Papa is there in the middle, but all the rest of them seem to be split apart. I'm not sure if that has anything to do in the story or just it was a design concept there. And here we are, Xenos. Um, I don't believe we had actually seen the weapon on here. We did see him sitting on the throne, but as you can see, it's a massive size. So that's why I thought the the new class and the warrior of light changing into a paladin sort of had a connection there. Um, it'd be interesting to see if they work that into the story. Um, but yeah, once again, we'll have to see. Stinian again, Louis Tancred, Graham.
Past the far edge of fate. Green blades dark like light.
I think those are more void scents. Um, we come to find out what the void scents really mean. I guess not really mean, but we come to find that the new class is closely related to the void scent.
Told the coming of
And this was the ending there. The new area of the moon, and of course the title sequence there. So um, the fall 2021, we did find out the release date would be in November. No, some people were saying that November really isn't fall; it's more winter, but uh, semantics. Anyways, um, what had really been put out was maybe October, but November 23rd of this year is actually when the game will come out. Um, of course, with the collector's edition, well, with pre-ordering any one of these, you'll get a 4 day early access to play. So that for the people that do pre-order, they will be able to play up on the 19th. It seems like so that gives you 4 extra days. They did say that the collector's edition and the pre-order stuff would be a little weird, um, because of well, I play on the PlayStation 4, so getting the if you wanted to get the collector's edition with the physical stuff that came with it, they had like a little plushy toy of the new of one of the new beast tribes that were going to show up. Um, they also had the Azim pin. Um, if you've already played through 5.5, you know what I'm talking about. The Azim pin looked really cool, and that's why I'm really considering getting the collector's edition, because I really want that pin. Um, it also came with a few different arts, a art frame and an art book. So yeah, um, at least with the keynotes. Anyways, yeah. So November 23rd, boom, and be they introduced a new data server as well. So before we only had Japan, Europe, and North America as data centers. Um, the the people um, from Australia and such didn't really have a data center of their own, so they just apparently there's a big contingent of players from the oceanic region, so they decided to actually create a data center for them, which should make it easier. A big thing um, that they were really trying to do is trying to get people from different data centers playing together, which sounds pretty cool. Because then you'll be actually able to might not visit their world, but at least you'll be able to do raids and dungeons and stuff with people from different data centers, which I think is super awesome. Um, Pre-orders. Oh, with the pre-order, you actually get some in-game items as well. Um, you get Menfina Menfina earring. It kind of looks like a quarter, not a quarter moon, sort of like a crescent moon, with something going down, with crystals going down through the middle of it, which look pretty cool. And you also get a minion, the wind up Palom minion. I am not sure where that character is from myself. I hadn't played a lot of different Final Fantasy games, so um, that's the extent of my knowledge. Um, but yeah, the next thing I wanted to really touch upon was the job classes. Everyone was really thinking about well, you see it there. What type of new class would be? We knew it was supposed to be mainly DPS, um, and and they were really pushing towards making the mainly DPS, well, at least the armor sets, um, split up the classes by armor sets. It's something we already do now. For like uh, the job ninja that I use, we use scouting sets. Uh, I think I can't remember the other ones, but the ones for dragoon only had were only for dragoons. So we found out that the dragoon armor sets will work hand in hand with the new class, the Reaper, which is pretty cool. So uh, they weren't really they weren't really set on creating a new armor class for them. So that definitely made their job quite easier. Um, so yeah, let's look at this one right here. So here we see another void scent, and the new Reaper class. I'll just let it play a couple times and then I'll go over it. The effects look really amazing. This kind of looks like the Warrior's Rage, um, where it augments their abilities. Yeah, so very cool looking design, in my opinion. Um, Having the void scent be a part of the class, because we hadn't really, if you had done the void arc storyline and raids, we really didn't know too much about what was happening with the void scent. So I think they tried to put them in so that they actually had a place to do in the story. One of the panels yesterday, we had uh, the story designer. I forget her actual her title changed. But anyways, um, she was trying to really. She says her goal is to try and make sure there are no there are no characters that or NPCs that go unused, which was kind of funny because the achievement guy in Gridania now has lost his job. So, anyways, let's go over it one more time. So I imagine you might be able to customize the void scent, or you might not. Um, If it works like the carbuncle summons, then maybe you might be able to. I don't know enough about summoner or scholar to actually know about that. Um, but yeah, of course we see the scythe and that armor set. I do like the contrast of colors between the blue and the red. The blue being just your regular attacks, and then the void scent augmenting that with the red in there. I thought that was pretty cool. So you can see. I'm guessing this is just the standard combo that comes with it. So Final Fantasy has a combo system where you go into 1, 2, 3, and then those will be on your global cooldown, and then you have you have abilities off that cooldown, which you can use. I imagine that string is actually maybe one, probably two buttons. So those three attacks might have been just one button. Now on another one, and here we see the voice and actually attacking for it. It seems that you are going to be stationary when this happens, at least for that one. Here we see the augmentation of your regular attacks with the void scent. And then here we see the Reaper playing host to the void scent and then increasing their damage. It also changes the effects uh, on the attacks. Very cool looking. So yeah, that was a few of the videos there. I'll stop that for now. Um, so yeah, that was the new job class, the Reaper. It's a melee DPS. It will be using the same armor set as Dragoon, because Dragoon was the only one that actually had their own. Nobody else was using that armor set. And the main weapon is a scythe. It'll be a two-handed weapon, just like the Dragoon spears. Um, so yeah, um, to actually be able to unlock the Reaper, of course, you'll need Endwalker, the expansion, and also have one character at level 70, it seems like. And when you actually are able to pick up the class will start at level 70. With that, the scythe is actually going to be the main source of damage. So the void scent will be a sort of backup damage here. So I'm guessing that there are a lot of the OCD ones, OGCD ones. Yeah, a lot of the OGCD ones will be the void scent actually attacking. Um, yeah. To actually start it, to actually unlock that quest line, you will start at Ulda. Um, so yeah, once I'm guessing that once you can actually play it, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people in Ulda. So right away, so try and catch up to the story if you can by that time. It's still a few months away, so I can't imagine that you won't. If you've been watching my streams, you'll see. I'm pretty sure you saw that I um, I completed most of the 5.5 story already. We did find out that 5.55 will be coming out soon, probably later this month. They were saying. I think it was the 25th of this month. Um, but yeah, let's see what else did we have. Oh yeah, when the void scent actually, when you play host to the void scent, it kind of reminded me of the Warrior's Rage, for whatever reason. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a storyline about that in the job quest. Um, it actually made sense now looking back at one of the live letters. a few months back when Yoshi P had the Fear the Reaper. Was it Fear the Reaper? He had something about a Reaper on his shirt, which he ended up changing quite a bit. Anyways, the main player hub for this expansion will be Old Charlian that we saw in the first video. Um, I will see if I can actually. Yeah, here it is. So I'll show you that video, and then we'll go over it. Some of the things in that video. Mm. So you can see there the architecture, much like the Hitherlands. Very. It reminds me of very. Um, I want to say Greek and Roman architecture. Um, with the not so much with the columns, but up here at the top of the columns, you see some evergreen trees. A lot of books around. Of course, the home of knowledge here. Um, a lot of quills and stuff like that. So you'll be able to explore pretty much all of this area once it comes out. Um, I'm guessing that's in the center. It's I don't imagine that's a Great Gubal library because we did see it. We did see us going a left from here um, to get to the library. So yeah, I imagine that's where the council stays or meets. Of course, once again, a change in the Aetherites. Um, we found out that the Allegans were the ones that actually came up with the technology, and the scholars from old Charlian were the ones that actually um, were the ones that rediscovered it and brought it to everybody else in Eorzea. It looks to be by the seaside as well, so I think this is the Dubai Library. Yeah, so we'll be able. It seems like we'll be able to at least enter the main Gubal library. Um, Not sure if we'll be able to check out some of the books there. That'd be pretty nice. But there is definitely going to be some story elements in here. I can't imagine that there's not going to be. So that was one of the new areas. The area that houses the monsters connected to Old Charlian is actually called Labyrinthos. We also saw a little bit of that as well. So let me see if I can find it. Yeah. So here we are, Labyrinthos. I'm guessing this is just as you step out from Old Charlian, and you see what seems to be a dome over top of this area. So I'm not sure if this area was created by the Charlians, or if it just, or if the dome itself was created by them. You can see a change in the aetherite there as well. Excuse me. Yeah, fields. And there we see one of the collector's edition mounts. Hopefully they change the angle there. Right, so that Pegasus looking thing from here. Yeah. So this will be the new mount that comes with the collector's editions. We learned that the name was Arion. Yeah. I just called it a Pegasus because that's what it seems like to me. Um, so yeah. Looks very good looking. The wings and how the tail really flows is very well animated. And yeah, I think another one of the new areas that I wanted to share with you was Thavnir that I talked about before. So of course, you can see uh, very closely. It reminded me of um, Middle Eastern cultures or architecture there. Once again, the Ethernet is different here, so connection to Old Charlian, um, which will probably be explained in one of the story quests. Uh, Maybe, hopefully, it's the main story. If not, it's gonna be in the side, one of the side quests there that probably won't unlock anything. But yeah. And we see here a tower in the background. I'm guessing. Oh, and we see a large, sort I guess, mountain on the back of the city to the right there. Um, yeah, I imagine that was in the extended trailer that we saw where Justinian was. Very colorful design compared to the other cities. It reminded like this area reminded me a lot more of the Crystarium and how the trees and like the ground were a little bit more pinkish, more of a purple hue. Um, I imagine that this is because of the towers, if it's not just naturally there. And there we see a closer look at the towers. And once again, we see the Aryan mount. So you can see why I thought it kind of looked more like Pegasus. The wings there are pretty awesome. Um, Individual plumes there. Um, Scaffolding. I'm guessing they're building something there. And we see the Aryan mount again in flight. So actually, one of the beast tribes that we're going to see are the elephants. We saw them before in the Azim steppe. Um, Matanka, Matanka. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. I only remember that I had to attack them. But anyways, they are a race of elephant warriors, I guess. I'm not sure if they will be. Um, I'm not sure if they will be a connection to the gatherers uh, and crafters, or just like the other ones, the DPS roles. Anyways, let's keep going. Once again, we did see that we would go to not old, but we would go to the Imperial City. We did. I myself didn't see any video of it explaining it, or like showing Garlemald. But that will be an area that we can go to, and Raz at Hand, that we've been talking about before. Um, Thavnir, if you didn't know, is the home of the dancers. So yeah, let's see if we can find Raz at Hand. Oh yes, we can. So Thavnir is the area, it seems like, and Raz at Hand is the city. Once again, very colorful, very beautiful. Um, Interesting architecture. You can see with the towers back there. Not more lush. Once again, you see elephants down there on the murals, and we see an Ethernet more closely to ones that we've seen before. I'm guessing this is going to be like the market area, judging by like how nice it looks, and seems to be like a laboratory of sorts. So right, that was another one of the cities that we'll be able to actually will be able to actually visit. Um, the moon. We found out its name was Mare Lamentorum. The area that we're going to be the area that we're going to be exploring is going to be called Mare Lamentorium. The moon itself is, I imagine they just call it a moon, but the area we're exploring is Mare Lamentorum. Um, you can see there does seem to be air and gravity here, so they said that was going to that was going to be explained in the story. Um, Here does remind me a lot of the Emerald City that Emmett Chalk created. Um, just the same architecture, um, the same sort of stairs and stuff like that. The color scheme as well. So we had seen previously in the story um, that the Warrior of Darkness actually came, and this was where he met Elizabeth. Um, so yeah, I imagine that they're going to explain more about that. This I imagine is going to be how you get there, like the ship that takes you there. You see crystals again, meaning that this place houses ether. That's the only thing that I can get from that. And yeah, that was it for the new towns. Um, so yeah, um, once 5.5 comes around, we're actually gonna see the new job class. That will be when Xenos actually changes in 5.5, 5.55, I should say. Um, So I've already finished the first half of it. So as I mentioned before, I think the second half will be later this month. Will be released later this month. We are still going. We are still doing um, the the new event. Well, not new, but the event that started with the digital fan fest, and it's gonna last until June 14th. So an entire month. So I've been really trying to get uh, the Great Serpent of Ringa uh, item because that one looks so cute. Anyways, we did see some another new beast tribe. They're sort of like small bunnies. I think they are going to be on the moon. They're called Loporits. Loporits. So they're like literally small rabbits. The Oh, I really don't want to show you another person's video because I don't have permission to do that. Anyways, yeah. So they are going to be they're going to play a part in the story. They were trying to be coy about really if they were going to be good guys helping us or bad guys. So we'll just have to wait and see. The story, the Heidelin and Zodiac story, they did say it was gonna end at 6.6. So everything that we've been working towards from then. Um, I think also all the raids and stuff, like the Evilist raid, um, the Four Lords ones, all of that will come to an end at 6.6. They did say it was going to be quite massive, like that story would be quite massive. And 6.1 will have a new stories different from the Heidelin and Zodiac story. So pretty interesting to see how they end it and also where they're going to take the story from there. If you know how long Final Fantasy 11 has come about, then yeah, um, people are still playing that game, and it's still getting. I believe it's still getting updates for it as well. So it's just amazing that they would put so much time into it. Um, we did learn that Estinian will be added as part of the trust system as well. So um, for those of you like me that really don't like using the trust system just because of how long it takes to go through the dungeons themselves, even with just regular players. Um, I do not want to add any more time to that, so that's why I don't use the trust system. But we did learn that um, if you have certain characters go into certain dungeons that their dialogue will change as you go through the dungeon. Um, so yeah, if you do use a trust system, maybe that's something you want to look into, uh, so that you can learn a little bit more of the backstory behind that. Um, let's see, MSQ. I think I did all of that on this page. And of course, the other new class was the Sage. So I think that was actually the first class that they announced. So I'm pretty sure you've all seen that. Um, they did talk about upping the level cap. So from the level cap will go from 80 to 90 now. Um, and then each role will have 5 new role quests. Um, so a little bit more context into how the roles play into the story. Um, Getting rid of belts. Um, that is pretty good for me because one, I just seen they just seemed like kind of useless items because almost everything else you could have added cosmetically, like the rings, gloves, pants, shoes, all of that was cosmetic and like you could see it on your character. But it was actually the what you call it the belt was the only thing that you couldn't see on your character. So they are doing away with those so that you can add more spaces in your rings, and they said more space for weapons. So that's pretty cool because especially if you play a gatherer or a crafter, you need quite a lot of main hand and offhand stuff. So yeah, that'll be good for them. I don't have a lot of crafters myself, so I didn't spend time doing that. With that though, they did say they were going to downscale some values in the battle calculation. So whether that means the potency will be lessened for some of the skills, or they keep the potencies the same and then just calculate on the back end how much damage how the calculation happens to show you the damage um, will end up changing. Um, They did talk about a new small scale PvP mode. I hadn't, at least from the things that I've seen, um, they haven't come up with a name for it. Um, I'm honestly not sure how big the PvP mode will be either. They just said it was going to come out. Um, a new raid would come out with that. I can't remember if this one was an alliance raid or just a regular one, like the Omega ones, or the Four Lords ones. Um, I imagine it'll be an alliance one, but we'll see. Um, the next thing, uh, the housing area will come in. You'll be able to see the housing area in Ishgard at 6.0. So even before you can buy a plot of land, you'll be able to actually just see it at 6.0, and you'll start being able to buy plots by 6.1. So that'll be interesting. If you all know, if you played the game for a while, getting housing in this game is super difficult. They are trying to do their best, it seems like, to make sure RMT, real money transactions, are not are not going to be applied when people buy these ones. So people normally spend real money to try and get one of these plots, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, that's what people do. And really, honestly, um, the ones buying up these plots are to get that real money, or just, I don't want to say garbage people, but like, why can't you just play the game normally? Um, anyways, the big thing that we saw, the island sanctuary that kind of looked like the harvest moon type of thing, was going to be um, sorry, was going to be added in 6 point something. They didn't say when exactly, so I'm guessing they're still having a hard time working on it. And yeah, so that will be coming in the next expansion. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on from there. Um, Apparently, you don't need a crafter or a gatherer class to be able to visit and do the stuff on there, in that area. So that's kind of nice for someone like me who doesn't play a lot of crafters and gatherers. I like to kill things, so yeah, I just like to kill things. Um, my partner, though, she has been really spending a lot of time making the weapons and stuff like that, making armors. I think right now she's playing and she's making the armors for her tank class, her warrior class. Um, and I know she's making the main hand and offhands for her gatherers as well. So she's been doing that the past couple weeks actually. So I'm pretty surprised that she hasn't finished it by by now. But it just goes to show you how deep the game is. Um, oh, data center travel. So they called the data center travel. They called it the data center travel system, so that you can play with people all over the world. So right now um, we could only play with people in the same data center. So if you ever saw my stream and you saw the character's name and then like a little mark and then something right behind it with Sartagas or like Midgard Summer, that was the server that they were playing on, and we're all playing on the North American data center. So that's how they split it up before. But with this new data center travel system, we should be able to play with people from the Oceanic data center, the Europe data center, and also the Japanese one as well. So that's pretty cool. Um, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how those players actually play the game. I'm not sure if we can actually visit those servers or anything, but for now, we'll just. It seems like we're just stuck to dungeons and raids and stuff. Um, they, we did see some new dungeon areas as well. No names, of course, but there was like a train area, elevator, not the same as the Paradigm's breach elevator, but like an elevator, uh, an area with a lot of void scent. So I think that'll be part of the Reaper story, most likely. A lab. Oh, I put elevator on here twice. But anyways, yeah. Oh, okay. So Pandemonium is actually not an alliance raid. It was just a regular raid, like the Omega ones. Um, I just wrote it down right here. Um, Anyways, the new alliance raid though is going to be called Myths of the Realm. So the 12 gods of Eorzea will have a starring role in this one. It's kind of interesting. Um, I haven't looked too deeply into the 12 gods myself, so it's just if you played the game, you sort of know that Heidelin and also Zodiac are spoilers are primals, or they pretend themselves to be. Anyways, um, Zodiac was summoned to stop the destruction of Amarant, the Asian. I keep saying Asian, the Asian home, and then. Uh, but that brought about even more destruction. So a group ended up summoning Heidelin to really destroy Zodiark, but Heidelin ended up splitting the world into 14 different different dimensions, I guess you would say. We saw one of those dimensions being Uh, well, we visited one of those. That was the first, where the Crystarium and the Shadowbringers expansion took place. Um, will we be able to travel to different ones? I am not sure, but that could be something pretty interesting to to look towards. Um, what else? Oh, I did talk about the law parrots, the little bunny looking people. Let me see if I can find. Um, so yeah, we did see. Oh, here they are. Um, so I'll just share the tab with you guys here. So these were the law parrots. As you can see, little bunny people. I'm guessing they're the same. They're going to be the same height as the whatchamacallit, the Lalafels. Um, the naming convention makes me think that they might have a connection, but that's just me speculating on that. Um, the I forget the other beast tribe that we did see on there as well. The elephants. I forgot what they were called. Uh, FFXI. Whoopsie. XIV. Uh, and probably not. Yeah, I can't remember what they were called. So yeah, I won't be able to show you that one. But anyways, I believe there's gonna be at least two of them. We did see the Mega Sisters make an appearance as well. Um, they are from Final Fantasy IV, I believe. We also saw the Mega Sisters in Final Fantasy X as summons. Um, this time, though, they are definitely not summons. I imagine they look still pretty cool, um, though. Mega Sisters. Definitely still the one small, medium, and the tall one, or three of them together. Oh, the collector's edition that I talked about before. Um, it's going to come with an art box, a paladin figurine, art collection, and a frame. The Asm pin, which I talked about before, and a mini plushie of the Loporits. Um, it seemed like you can hook that on. It has a hook that you can put on anything, so that's pretty cool. I really want the pin myself, so I can put it on my backpack when I go to work. With the collector's edition too, you will be getting the Porom minion. So that's the twin sister of Palom. The Aryan Mount and the Death Scythe, which you saw. I'm pretty sure you saw Xenos wielding there. I did talk about the earrings early access, and oh, of course, the biggest thing for me. I was so waiting for this. Um, they had they kept this pretty much under wraps for pretty much the entire keynote. They didn't actually talk about it up until the end. So I was seeing the what you call it, the screen really go crazy about this new one. But anyways, mail. They did add the Bunny Boys, which I am super happy about. I'm definitely gonna be changing from my Elezen to the male Vieira. I just one. I imagine they're gonna be tall. I'm not that tall myself, so that's kind of like the role playing aspect that I like. And just the way they move, I think, is a little bit more conducive to like how I normally move, or like um, my my personality, I guess. Um, So yeah, I will show you the video of this one as well. Very interesting. Uh, Everybody went pretty crazy as soon as they were talking about this. Like I said, everyone wanted to talk about the Mel Viera the entire time on the stream. It pretty much since the start of the keynote up until this release, it was there. People were asking for it, and yeah, they listened and actually put them in in there as well. Um, they did say that they were going to work on the female Rothgar as well, so that's gonna be pretty cool for those players as well. Um, so yeah, here I will show you. I will switch the screen now. So very thin, funny feet, same armor, same ears. They look very. They still look very. I guess androgynous. I guess. Um, the females you can definitely tell are females, but this is a little bit harder to tell. Um, there was a boob slider when I made my aura, which I thought was pretty funny. Um, I'm surprised that they didn't make a butt slider as well, but I don't know. Maybe people don't like that. But anyways, actually, I'm gonna restart it so that so that I'm not just talking over top of it. We see meteor down at the side there. Just like the way they move and everything is very interesting for me. They look like very tall characters. I imagine they're gonna have the same problem not wearing the right hair and stuff. But the way they move, so well done. That's a sprint animation. I'm guessing that was a lookout, just a sitting down. I actually hadn't noticed that their feet, or like the Viera feet, had claws like that. Yeah, definitely. They move a little bit more like I would move in real life. At least when I'm being quite silly. So that's why I wanted to play them myself. Um, yeah. I think that was everything. Oh, the collector's edition. So they said there was going to be two, three, four different things that they're selling. The game is actually not gonna have a physical copy. Hello there, thank you for joining me. So if you're playing on Mac and PC, it looks like you'll be able to get the collector's edition that gets all the physical stuff that I told you about before. The figurine, the paladin figurine, the art box, um, the art collection, the frame, the Asm pin, and also the Loperit plushie is going to be on there as well. And also you'll get a code to for the game as well, so you'll be able to download it directly from them. For players like me that play on console, um, oh, they did say the price for the collector's edition for PC would be around $200. So I checked that last night, and yeah, so it'll be about $200 for all of that. The collector's edition box, which is just the physical stuff that I told you about, that will have that will just be the box, and I think it costs around $140. I was looking at it before. All of those, if you pre-order it as well, you get the early access, which will allow you to play the expansion on November 19th. So that's 4 days before anyone else. You'll also get the Memphina earring, and also the wind up Palom, which is the sister to the Porom minion. You also get the area mount of with all of them, and the death scythe with all of them. Um, if you for me, if you're playing on console and you just want the in-game stuff, you'll be able to get the digital collector's edition from the PlayStation Store, or I guess the Xbox store. I'm guessing, is it on Xbox? I think it's on Xbox. Anyways, yeah. So that will just come if you pre-order. I think you'll still get the earrings and the wind up Apollo minion. You will get the Porum minion, the Aryan mount, and the Death Scythe for that one. And if you don't really care about any of those things, then you can just get the standard edition. Um, because my partner does play it, and I wanted to really get the physical things. I really wanted to get the pin. The figurine kind of looked pretty cool too. I just have no place to put it, so I only really want it for the pin. But the other stuff is still pretty cool. Um, so I'm thinking, uh, well, I'll probably end up buying the collector's edition for PC, so that um, my partner can play it, and then I myself will end up getting the digital collector's edition. So I get all that in-game stuff as well. Um, and yeah, once again, the release date is going to be on for everybody will be November 23rd. Um, so yeah, that's it for me. And just talking about the keynote address, there's like so much stuff to go over. And definitely just skip through a lot of stuff that you saw in the past 2 days. I think the final day is going to be today. So once again, we are going to hold on just 1 second. Um, I am going to be watching it again, um, seeing the ending of it. I'll probably end up staying up until maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, watching the entire thing. The last couple days, I've been having to work, so I wasn't really able to catch all of it. Especially yesterday, I had to be early, and then Friday I was at work, so I didn't really catch all of it. But anyways, today I'll make sure I can watch as much as I can. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching me just go over the keynote panel. Of course, all this stuff is still on YouTube. So if you want more information directly from the source, you can go to the Final Fantasy 14 YouTube and check out their live streams on there for more information. Um, the They also do musical performances at the end. The first day was a piano performance. The second day was a performance by the Primals, which are the the musicians behind like Soken, the people, the lead music designer. Those people actually play in that band. Um, and I think I didn't see the schedule for today yet, so we'll see if what today has in store. But anyways, um, yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you all have a good day, and um, yeah, have a good day. Stay safe, and I will probably see you in the game.